Hello everybody, so today I will talk about calculus. The topic today is about the area and the integration. So now I will show you the technique how to answer the question. Question number 1, we got about y equal to 3x squared from x equal to number 1 to x equal to number 2. So the area for the first one should be about from number 1 to number 2, and we got about 3x squared dx. So we got the final answer. That should be about x to the power of 3, and we put the powers in here. So you got about 2x to the power of 2 to the power of 3 minus 1 to the power of 3. You got about 8 minus 1. You got about 7. The second one, we got y equal to e to the power of s. You got the integral from 0 to number 1, e to the power of s ds, and you got the final answer. That should be about e minus 1. The next one, we got about x squared equal to y minus 1 and s equal to y minus 3. So we put about y equal to x squared plus 1. So we need to find the intersection in here. So that should be about x squared plus 1 equals to, so in this situation you got about y equal to x plus 3. So this is about x plus 3 in here. So we put everything in here, go to the left, and you got about x squared minus x minus number 2. So you got about s equals to number 2, s equals to negative number 1. So in this situation, we need to graph the function. We got about y, s, and origin in here. The graph of y equal to x squared plus 1, that should be like this. The graph of s plus 3, that should be like this. So if we look carefully, s plus 3 is above than the curve in here. The area we need to find, that's about this one. So we will have the formula right now. And we got about a equals to the integral from negative number 1 to number 2, and we got about s plus 3 minus s squared plus 1. So you got about the integral from negative number 1 to number 2. You got about negative s squared plus s plus 2 ds. So we got about negative s to the power of 3 over 3 plus s squared over 2 plus 2s, and we put the powers in here, negative number 1 to number 2. So we got the final answer. you got about 9 over 2. The next one, we got about y equal to 4 over x squared. So we need to wrap the function. S equal to number 2, y equal to number 4, and we know that this is number 2, this is number 4. The area we need to find, that should be about this one, or this one, sorry. So we just need to find the intersection of this point in here. So we put number 4 in here, and you got about s equal to number 1. So here is about number 1. Now we need to find the area about it in this area in here. So we have the integral from 1 to 2. We know that this is about y equal to number 4. So we need to put number 4 minus 4 over s squared ds. And now we get the final answer. So we put number 2 and number 1 in here. So that should be about 2. Now let's go to the last one. The formula of this one is about 1 over 2, the integral from 0 to 2b, and we got about 2 to the power of 2, you got about 4. 1 minus sine theta to the power of 2 d theta. So 4 divided by 2, you got about number 2. This one you got about 1 minus 2 sine theta plus sine theta squared. So we got about 1 minus 2 sine theta. We need to change sine theta square in here, and that should be about 1 minus cosine 2 theta over 2 d theta. So we have number 1 and 1 over 2, you got about 3 over 2. And now we get the final answer. 3 over 2 theta plus 2 cosine theta, and we got about negative 1 over 4. sine 2 theta, and we put about from 0 to 2p. So we got about 3 over 2 theta. We put 2b, sorry, we put 2b in here, and you got about number 2. This one you got about number 0 minus 2. We put 0 in here, so you got about number 2. This one, and you got about 6b. That's it, the end. Thank you for watching.